to give you an idea of the force of this crash, we're across the street from where the impact happened. You can see glass in the tree right here. Police say they bought crack from you when you were working as a bouncer here.
No, nobody bought anything from me.
Do you deny those charges?
I don't have nothing to say.
Police say they bought crack from you as you were working as a bouncer.
I have nothing to say.
Still a lot of high water tonight. Neighbors tell me this creek, Carr Creek in Woodville, is usually about a foot deep at the most. Right now you can see kids are swimming in it. This is what parents see when they look at a video baby monitor. The picture's so clear they can see exactly what's going on in their child's room. Whoever stole this trike rode it right down this alley because this is where they found a flag that used to fly from the back of the bike, snapped off. Now, there's been no sign of the trike itself, but the signs are up and the search is on. Chocolate retailers have to adapt to the rising costs. Some are raising the price of their chocolates. Others are keeping the price the same, but making the chocolate smaller. Now, the temperatures are supposed to drop below the teens tonight. Still, MnDOT says the salt it's put on the roads should keep them from getting too icy. They're not just looking for spare change. They want people who owe $50 or more to pay back their library fines so they can solve the case of the missing books. And they say, remember, you've been warned.
And quit taking my pictures.
Well, can you tell us what was going on?
No, I cannot tell you nothing.
You said you're not making counterfeit CDs or DVDs?
No, we're not.
Okay, so...
why you steady putting the mic in my face?
I'm trying to help you hear what you have to say.
I don't have nothing to say. I just asked y'all to move along.
Okay, are you the owner of this place?
If need be, yes.
If need be, yes. Okay, can we talk to the owner?
No, you can't.
Oh, okay. The pain is at times more than a little boy can bear. Bandages cover the deepest of the puncture wounds dotting Dominic Hester's 59-pound frame.
And we'll get you some more medicine, okay?
But medicine doesn't block the memory of what happened in the alley behind Dominic's house, a sight that has many in the neighborhood still shaken.
I still get chills from that.
And I thought Dominic was dead.
Dominic was playing outside when he says this dog named Jaws jumped on top of him.
Then I fell, and then it started ripping me right here and right here, and then this is where he bit me.
That was horrible. It was horrible. He was shaking the baby like he was a little rag doll.
I thought I was gonna die right there.
Until Brandon Bassett stepped in while his mother beat the dog.
Her shoe and a stick and everything.
Neighbors say Bassett managed to wrestle Dominic from his jaws.
I don't know what could have happened if he wasn't there.
Dominic's parents fear they know exactly what would have happened.
They're heroes because they saved him. Dominic would be dead. Thank you for saving Dominic. Thank you.
And Dominic promises to thank his neighbors himself as soon as the pain goes away. And you can see just how supportive this neighborhood is. Dominic's friends have put up this sign for him. Meanwhile, I just spoke with animal control. They said that dog has been euthanized. As hundreds of police cars made their way down White Bear Avenue, the streets were lined with people. Some stayed here for hours. They said it was the least they could do for a man who gave Maplewood 26 years.
All right, do you see the police officers on their motorcycles?
They came with flags and signs and gratitude.
I needed to be here to support Joe.
And to let his family know that we support them.
Time to be quiet, baby.
To grieve.
It's really, really sad to see this kind of stuff happening to people so close to home.
Hurts down deep, you know.
And to remember.
His sense of humor and his laugh and his very friendliness towards everybody.
There's a lot of police officers, huh?
This Maplewood mom came to teach her daughters about honor.
Hold your little hand up there.
And sacrifice.
They're gonna go and they're gonna bury their friend.
And what it means to be part of a community protected by police officers like Sergeant Joe Bergeron.
If anything bad ever happens, you go to one of them and they'll take care of you.
Tyrone Robinson said he could always go to Sergeant Bergeron with a problem.
You can walk up to him, talk to him, you know, he was really nice.
And as firefighters stood to salute a seemingly endless line of flashing lights, so did a man who struggles to stand at all.
I wish I'd have been there with him.
It was his only chance to say goodbye.
To pay my respect to him.
And signs like these thanking Sergeant Bergeron are up all over the community. Community members say they want Sergeant Bergeron's family to know they support them.
5 Eyewitness News reporter Maggie Newland is live in Blaine tonight with her surprising investigation. Maggie?
Leah, this is what parents see when they look at a video baby monitor. The picture's so clear they can see exactly what's going on in their child's room. But we've learned they're not the only ones. When Janine Hansen brought baby Anders home from the hospital 2 years ago, she hooked up a high-tech tool, a video baby monitor.
So here's what he's doing his first night in his crib.
Hiccups. It's great. It's saved us so many trips into his room at night to go check on him.
I love you so much. I love you much.
The monitor sends an analog signal from the camera above Anders' crib to a receiver that can be moved around the house.
I'll see you in the morning.
It's easy to see why parents like them.
So you get a full picture, and you can turn the volume up and down, and you can hear pretty much everything that's going on in that room.
But we discovered parents aren't the only ones who can see and hear everything. We bought a video monitor, and with parents' permission, we wanted to see exactly how much we could see, so we took our monitor and we drove to houses with similar monitors. And what parents could see inside the house, we could see outside. It happened at house after house after house in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, people can drive by and see your child.
Tiffany Statman says it's unnerving to know people can sit outside her house and see and hear her babies.
I mean, I can understand how that could happen, but it still surprises me that it does happen.
And as we were driving away from Tiffany's house, we were surprised at how far that signal travels. I just drove about a football field away from the house, and I can still see a picture of the crib. At another house, just look how far we could drive and still pick up a signal from the baby monitor inside. That's about a block away. After that, the signal faded. From here, I can see that there's a baby sleeping in that red house across the street and up the hill. That baby is 1-year-old Griffin.
What do you think? Can you put those on there?
We told his mom, Ann Brown, just how much we could see.
Yeah, definitely news to me on that one.
We showed our video to Marshall Tannick. He's a lawyer who specializes in privacy issues. He told us using a monitor in this way could be trespassing.
Rather than going on someone's lawn or into their house, you're using electronic means to get into their house. So it's kind of like a trespass break-in.
Tannick thinks the monitors could become a tool for potential intruders, kidnappers, or parents who don't have custody of their children.
In domestic relations, this kind of device and the abuse of this kind of device is particularly ominous.
There is no warning, no heads up to parents on the analog monitor we bought about this unintended feature. So the monitor's in that house.
Okay.
When Senator Amy Klobuchar saw our video, she agreed parents need to know more about the devices.
They've got to be able to have that information so they can make a choice, and I don't think they have that information right now.
Klobuchar says she contacted the Federal Communications Commission. There are digital monitors that promise privacy. We tested them, too. The baby monitor inside this house has a digital signal, which is supposed to keep it secure. We tried it out, and sure enough, we can't see a thing. All parents who helped us say they will continue to depend on their monitors. But now they know, while they're watching their baby, someone else may be watching, too. And if you do have one of these analog monitors, there are some simple steps you can take to protect yourself. Keep your private conversations to a minimum around the camera, or you can simply turn off the monitor when you're not using it. Now, we contacted the company who makes these monitors several times. We have not received a response. Live in Blaine, Maggie Newland, 5 Eyewitness News.
Retrieving skis.
Chris Brown has her iPhone back in her hands now. Earlier this month, she says it was stolen at the airport. Her son used a GPS system to track the phone to this house on Aurora Avenue.
He called my husband and he said, I found Mom's phone. And I said, where is it? He said, it's in a home in St. Paul.
The home of Delta employee Haifong Lee. Did you work at the airport?
Yeah.
You do? No, did you steal that iPhone from a passenger?
I did not.
But police cited Lee with misdemeanor theft. They tracked his airport badge and found he was working in the airport on the same night and in the same area the phone was stolen.
I don't really know how the employee picked it up.
It's not the first time airport police have questioned Haifong Lee. They say he was a suspect in a 2008 luggage theft case. He was never arrested. When they searched his house for the iPhone, police say they found about 20 pieces of luggage. We asked Lee about it. Where did you get all that luggage?
Wait a minute. You come over here, you're talking like that? No, I never steal anything. I never do anything. Don't ask me that question. No comment.
A family member told police they used the luggage for trips to Vietnam.
I did not steal anything. I did not do anything.
William Melkert Dinkle ignored my questions as he walked out of court, but his gestures said a lot. How role do you think your conversations played in these people's decision to commit suicide? A judge will now decide whether or not he's guilty of aiding suicide in the deaths of Canadian college student Nadia Kajuji and 32-year-old Mark Drybrough of England. Before they died, Melkert Dinkle posed as a female nurse, chatted with them online about suicide, and asked them to hang themselves in front of a webcam so he could watch.
We're not suggesting that he didn't do this. We're not suggesting that he didn't have email conversations, that he didn't have chats. What we're saying is that none of that rises to the level of a crime because he, in fact, had no impact on the decision they made.
Prosecutors say Drybrough hanged himself. Kajuji jumped off a bridge. Neither used a webcam. We talked to Nadia Kajuji's brother in Canada.
She unfortunately did take her life, and hours before there was conversations with Melkert Dinkle, and he was allegedly encouraging. You know the phrase, the straw that broke the camel's back?
In court, prosecutors said what Mr. Melkert Dinkle did was not just reprehensible, it was illegal. They said he stalked depressed, vulnerable individuals for the thrill of the chase. His attorney called Melkert Dinkle's conversations abhorrent, creepy, and sick.
They just don't rise to the level of advising anyone or encouraging anyone or assisting anyone in a suicide.
If he's guilty, he's guilty. If he's not, he's not. I'm still trying to do my suicide prevention work.
Mark Kajuji says that's the best way to honor his sister. In Faribault, Maggie Newland, 5 Eyewitness News.